Wholeness and good takeaway. Just got a psychic fair coming up in a couple weeks, actually 2 Saturdays from now. So just proficiency check. Excuse me, language, precision of words, proficiency check. So if you would like a free reading, if you would like a free reading, resonance only. If you would like a free reading, say me. This is going to be a Celtic Cross, kind of like correlating to where you personally are at from what I can glean from your energy. So if you want a free reading, a free Celtic Cross, it'll take about 15 to 20 minutes. I cannot go over 20 minutes because in the psychic fair we're going to in 2 weeks, we got 20-minute stations. So I have to streamline my readings. When I do my personal readings, they can go on for forever because we're talking. But in the psychic fair, it's a timed event. There's multiple readers, so I have to get back into that format. So if you're coming on and you would like a free reading, a free Celtic Cross, it'll take about 15 to 20 minutes. This is just basically going to talk about where your energy is currently at. We're on the tail end of a full moon. We're at the beginning of the equinox, the end of winter. I think if you subscribe to those things, Mercury retrograde, I think, started today. Venus retrograde. We're in some timeline convergences. It's a lot of stuff going on. We're in the middle of a failed economy and another failed government and all this other shit. So planetary wise, there's a lot of shit going on. So again, if you would like a free reading, say me. You don't say me, I'm not giving it to you. So don't be scared. This won't be a full-on collective reading where I get kind of low-key abusive, to be fair. As a Satyrian and as a contrarian, I have to shoot it to you straight. In this personal reading, I'm not going to sugarcoat it, but it won't be as aggressive as my normal reading format when I'm talking to everybody. When you're talking to a person on an individual level, sometimes you have to have a little bit more compassion than talking to the collective. Collective is, you motherfuckers are hard-headed, so you ain't listening anyway. So again, if you would like a free reading, say me. If you don't, that's fine. I'm not going to bite your head off. And again, with my readings, all I do is offer perspective. Perspective, experience, and what I can glimpse. Gotcha, Raquel. What I can glimpse off of the energetic connection of what I feel as another part of the connection. We're in a collective consciousness. So what I can feel from off your energy is the only thing I'm going to be addressing. Only I clear myself from my perspective and only speak from what I'm being led to say. So Raquel, you got it. Again, this will be a Celtic Cross. I'm going to start out with a significator. Okay, we're going to, again, I said I'm doing it times. So it's 3:30. So by 3:50, you got to get out my chair. I already got Raquel. And it's either Raquel or Raquel. Gratitude to you. Again, one of the things, even if you're new to me, since about 2014, 2015, one of the things metaphysically I got exposed to is I'm a reflection point. We all are. But in saying that I'm a reflection point, sometimes people don't know who they are or they don't have awareness of who they are. So then you're just a reflection of your traumas. And this is not trying to be disrespectful or funny. And it's not to say that I don't have any traumas. I've just eliminated the majority of them. And I keep creating new ones because, hi, it's a human experience. So in saying that I am the reflection of all things, I have as one of my gifts the ability to tap into your energy and see things in your energy that you might not be able to see because you're too busy caught in what you think that you know. And that's not a point of arrogance. That's just, you have some people that are psychics, some people that are clear this, clear that. That's my function. So Raquel, I am tapping into your energy via my position as a reflection of all things. I'm going to tell you what I can see and sense and feel and smell and tell and all that other shit from out of your energy. Again, as I was saying, starting the timer now, 3:31. The significator for this reading basically is, as I was saying, there's a lot of things going on. We have multiple retrogrades. We have the spring equinox coming up, which means it's the end of winter. We're at the tail end of full moon. We are in an oppressive and suppressive economy. We have a shit ton of storms. We're going through more timeline convergences, purported consciousness shifts and things like that. So just as a lot of energy going on. So the significator, meaning the bigger part of the picture, the illusion of separation itself. Justification. This is the justice card. It's righteousness. This is, for me personally, is saying what this reading is going to tell you is things that can help you start to make right of where things have only been proving wrong. My analogy for justification, I go business with it. If you've had your own business at the end of your fiscal year, you have to justify your books. You have to justify what you're keeping, and you have to justify what you're getting rid of. So we'll call it a fire sale. This is going to be your spiritual fire sale. The whole basis of this reading is about what you need to let go of and what you're holding on to. But what you're holding on to, you're going to have to justify. If you're holding on to cycles of toxicity and traumatic relationships, basic bullshit patterns, let's just be honest, stuff that you know you need to be working past, but it helps you feel safe. If you're still holding on to that, the only thing pulling you apart is you. So this is going to be kind of a low key of accountability reading. So now we're going to get into the Celtic Cross itself. And again, I'm on a timer. So we're going to say the situation. The situation, it's another 11. It's a 29. Remember, this whole reading was about the 11 energy. Right here, you have a 29. 2 plus 9 is 11. In my cards, this is the element of earth. This is where you get grounded out at. And this ain't always grounded. Sometimes it's bzzz. Remember, I'm saying this is about justification. Sometimes you holding on to the same stuff that don't let you get any further than what you are already caught in. Because you're trying to, basically what you hear me call the definition of insanity. You're trying to use the same ingredients into producing a different dessert, if that makes sense. So stability. The word stability means stoppability. If you're paying more attention to what you think is stopping you than you are taking accountability for why you are stopping yourself, then it's always going to be a separation event. I'm paying attention to who I think can stop me, then I'm not starting myself. That's what this is saying, basically, is that don't take this the wrong way, but you're trauma responsive. We all are. So don't get bent up on that trauma responsive. No, trauma responsive as in you try and make sense of what's going on around you before you make a decision on how you could better potentially grow you. What's crossing that situation? How you can grow you. This is the Tower card. This is Kali Ma. It's a self-destruction event. Kali Ma is the biggest force of destruction before everything gets destroyed. Kali Ma is the Dark Mother. Kali Ma, if you want to tie it into this blood moon, is kind of like she gets enraged when she gets embattled, if that makes sense. When shit gets heavy around you and you feel like you under attack, you go into warrior mode. But I'm going to tell you this, as somebody who's been there and is past that, when somebody is attacking you, you got to figure out why they're worth your energy. If it's not a real threat and it's just a perceived threat, it's not worth your time. Because when somebody is, think about it this way, somebody talking shit about me, I don't care, I'm fine. But if I have self-esteem and insecurities within myself, I don't want nobody talking about me because that makes me feel bad. That's that Kali Ma energy. If somebody is already touching on where you're already in self-destruction, then you try and go into stability mode. I'm going to stop everything that's destroying me, but really it's a trauma and trigger within you that you need to face. Right back into justification. So the foundation for this problem, or the foundation for this issue, because you have an issue with trying to stabilize yourself so that you can secure your self-identity. This is a Tower card, a potential trauma. 1 + 6, 7, self-awareness. If I can know who I am in correlation to my traumas, then I can safely operate. Try operating without the traumas. Here's the foundation on why you try and make sense of holding on to things that make you feel safe, because it make you feel like you're in a better condition to handle what keeps coming your way. It's that 6 itself. It's the lover's card, but again, I'm telling you, 6 is your foundations. 6 is the trauma itself. If I have a foundation of always going through something, then as long as what I'm going through I can handle, I'm good with it because I already know it. That becomes a cyclic pattern. I'm not justifying always staying in shitty conditions with somebody just because I know how to get out of it. I'm tired of doing that dance. And I'm speaking for you. I'm tired of doing that dance. I need to manifest something different. So the way you manifest something different is you stop aligning with your past. This next card here is your past. Already I heard 3 to 6. Normally I do 2 to 6 weeks, but this is something that happened 3 to 6 weeks ago. So I'm somewhere in between 3 to 6 weeks, and I'm going to pinpoint it on exactly 1 month. Number 4 keeps coming up in my mind. So 4 weeks ago, this is something that re-triggered a past cycle. We're at March 15th, so sometime, somewhere around fucking Valentine's Day, if you believe in that. The illusion. This is the moon, which realistically, we were at a full moon right around Valentine's Day. So this last full moon, which was the snow moon, which buried a lot of people's energy, this last full moon made you more emotional, and it started showing you where things really wasn't what you thought they were. But look at the word, illusion. Illusion is an ill use of ions. It's a bad use of energy. So sometime aware, February 14th, sometime around February 14th, you realize where you were wasting your energy, or somebody else was wasting your energy, which from my level of responsibility is, if I'm allowing somebody to waste my energy, I wasted it too, because they're a choice. So that leave you into where you presently are. The last full moon showed you where you're wasting energy. If you're trying to find stability, stop giving your energy to the same shit. But it currently has left you under this full moon with trying to get back into your passion. This is the element of fires. This is the element of fire. Fire is your energy. 2 and 3, I'm connected to what I'm thinking about. This is a very good place. If you, being honest with you, you might be new to me, but all last year I kept trying to tell y'all 2024 is about manifesting. Only manifesting is not a direct event in this realm. There's too many barriers. But what I was working on as far as manifesting last year should be coming to fruition over the next 16 to 18 months. So this year you should be manifesting, and this year. So the way you get into manifesting is controlling your fires. Controlling your fires as in choosing what I give my energy plus choosing what I let burn me. 2 plus 3, 5. Choosing what I let move me. Currently, you're trying to be more mindful of what you're letting move you. This is the justification card. I am trying to make a righteous decision of, you know what? You can't keep having my energy. You know what? That shit ain't got nothing to do with me. Something you've heard me say for years, not my circus, not my monkey. That should be your current practice. That is the way that you're going to manifest a better future. Again, normally 2 to 6 weeks, but unfortunately, I'm not going to say unfortunately. Numerically, I'm going to say unfortunately, but it's a good thing. Again, we went from 4 weeks, now we're going to 4 months. 4 months from now, we'll be right around the summer solstice. So between now and the summer solstice, if you just keep focusing on your energy, here is what your currently aligned future could produce. Nah, I'll take that back. Here is what your currently aligned future should produce. See what happened here? This was controlling my fires. So by June, you'll see everything that shows you rage. This is where you hear me tell you, I tell y'all I'm an observer. I don't let shit trigger me. I see what could potentially trigger me, and then I ask myself why. This is going to be the same thing with you. This is going to be, things have been moving me because I'm trying to honor my passion. This point right here is, I see why things are moving me. Now I get to be still. You know what? I'm used to giving that motherfucker their energy. Just speaking facetiously, I'm used to giving that thing their energy. No more. It's wasting my time and only making them better about messing with me. So this is a realization point. By June, you should come to a realization to where you have been moved by things because you don't like to keep still. Why? Because you've already got your fist up. I'd be dating myself, but I'm going to say it anyway. This is that Robin Harris movie, Robin Harris, he was an older comedian, and one of his jokes was his wife sleep with her fist balled up. And he's like, baby, why you sleep with your fist balled up? In case a motherfucker starts something. She already ready for a fight before it gets there. That energetically is what is showing in here, is that you are always prepared for what's coming next. But hi, as a manipulator, as a magician, I'm telling you, thought projection. If you keep watching out for something, you create it. If you keep watching out for something to happen, indirectly, you create it. Stop watching out for something to happen. Be still. Enjoy where you're at now and let it flow. So from there, we go into the higher cross. This is responsibility to self. Remember, this whole reading was about justification. I ain't justifying shit. I'm sorry, I tell y'all that all the time. I ain't got to justify who I am to you. I just got to keep being me. See, those two ones in my case is really just one. It's not a one. I mean, it's not a two. It's not an 11. It's just me. I'm not justifying how anybody else feel about me or how I feel about anybody else. I'm just being me. So take that as a possible hint of advice. Only thing you could do is be accountable for you. The only thing you could do is be accountable for you. This is the hangman, because 11 becomes 12 when you waste that energy. 11 plus 1. If you keep on giving all of your potential to what you think you are connected to, justification, you end up getting hung up. And again, like I was saying, you have this energetic format of watching out for what's ahead. This is Oren Mila, the Orisha Oren Mila, Ifa, the diviner, the witness to everything. I ain't witnessing shit. I'm watching shit, but I'm not helping create it. So it goes back to what I'm saying. If you're only accountable to you, the only hang up is you. When I keep running into things that are messing me over, it ain't got nothing to do with nobody else. It's what I'm doing to myself. So this gets you into accountability. Why? Because it's going to show you where externalization has become a problem. In the sense of me saying externalization, that means how all this environment has been affecting me. My birthday, my moon cycles, my solar cycles, my astrological signs, planetary retrogrades, lunar eclipses, solar eclipses, this, that, and the other. You understand what I'm saying? Where all this stuff that we exist around, social pressure, government pressure, family pressure, pressure, all this stuff that want to keep you less than who you are, when you keep letting it affect you, you've already infected yourself. So this next card, the externalization cards, this is what all this shit want from you. This is what it wants from you, but remember, it's your choice. What it wants from you, remember earlier where we were talking about it wants your fire, 2 plus 3 was 5. It wants to teach you a lesson. At this point, you'll hear me tell you the universe is always you in reflection of yourself. If you choose to go into the experience of others, you've already moved into separation. You understand that? If everything around you is only trying to teach you how to move better, if you know, like I know, if you have that level of awareness, it's only trying to teach you to stop choosing it. That's where a lot of people get lost. They think that you have to learn all this stuff out here. Where learning all this stuff out here is only making you go further from who you were into what you could become. Break that word down. Become. Don't keep getting nutted on. So, getting back into the reading. Hopes and fears. Keep getting nutted on by things that you keep on choosing. It becomes your hopes and fears. It's what you allow to get created. So this next to the last card is basically your hopes and fears. That's perspective. It's what I allow to get created. 5 becomes 10. You see that 5 right there? It doubles up on you. If you let life teach you a lesson, you end up in overwhelm. This is Lilith. This is the Wheel of Fortune. In overwhelm, because it's going to keep on being a lot of stuff going on around you. And really, it's if you make better choices, then can't nothing have your energy without your permission. I don't give a shit what I see on news. I don't give a shit what I see on TikTok. I don't give a shit about what somebody else is saying. It's still going to be my choice. This is not spiritual maintenance and think you can go run and hide in a corner and things going to disappear. This is seeing shit for what it is. If I give that shit my energy, it's going to overwhelm me. Or holy shit, if I give that shit my energy, it might possibly help me get to my abundance. But guess what? The abundance is within. But you cannot, in this realm, manifest your abundance by aligning with things that suppress you and keep you in manipulation. Something I've said for years. You want to manifest with manifestors. You want to manipulate, keep getting manipulated by manipulators. Holy shit, keep voting. So keep voting for your own destruction. You manifested it. So don't get out here in the systems of overwhelm because you are already feeling overwhelmed within yourself. So the best potential outcome, we're going to say by 12/21. Winter solstice began winter, 12/21. Winter solstice, 12/21/2025, will begin winter again. Winter are the days of the dead. So between now and right before what most people call Christmas, which to me is the winter solstice, 12/21, this is going to be the best potential outcome of, if you pay attention to the perspectives of this reading, this is potentially your best outcome. You can see This is the devil card, but this is not the devil in the sense of any being, because actually that's the dragon. Dragons represent wisdom and knowledge. This is, if I figure out what's burning me, I can use it to help me better. Remember, if I can learn the potential of what's moving me, that 5 again, learn the potential of what I am being moved by, learn the potential of what's trying to teach me, then I can see whether it's helping me or whether it's harming me. But guess what? It's still my choice. In anything that is going on between now and December, if it is dragging you, it is because you're dragging your feet. You are giving your energy irresponsibly to things, people, and places and situations that are not going to serve the you that you told yourself you want to see. And so, I'm not trying to be funny, you get what you get. If you don't energetically move with more accountability and responsibility and not just trauma response, jumping in and then figuring out later, that's irresponsible. Sit still, figure out why you even need to move altogether. Justify them books. Justify them books in your mind of what's about to get your energy, because it can cost you along the way. This potentially for me says, and I'll verify it in a second because I got a couple minutes. This potentially says that, like I was saying earlier, 2024 was a year of manifestation. Manifestation is not a direct event in this year. In this realm. 2025 could show you everything that you kept talking about last year. It's on the table. You just have to get into alignment for what you told yourself you want to see and stop getting into alignment for what shit wants to show you. So potentially, if you get in alignment with what your true goals are without having them attached to bullshit, here is you. You can see where you was doing things wrong. You could see where you were justifying your own separation. Wrongdoing. If I'm going this way to the store, but this was the right way, the minute I get back on course to go the right way, I see everything I was doing wrong. Guess what? Accountability and responsibility. Your biggest thing is going to be accountability and responsibility. And learn these words, sis. Not your circus, not your monkeys. Let everybody else keep showing up to the shit show. Just don't shit on yourself. And I hope that resonates. Boom. Timer off. 19 minutes. So, again, as I said, I got a psychic fair. What's up, sis? Got a psychic fair coming up on the 29th, and we have 20-minute blocks. So I have to make sure I get myself back into speed reading. I used to do them in 10 minutes, but there's a lot of shit going on in this realm. Wholeness. There's a lot of shit going on in this realm, so sometimes a fast reading is not going to be conducive to most people. So while I could do another one and probably do it in 15 minutes, I'm not. I gotta get ready to go meet with the fellow readers. This was just something we're setting up. But again, and you're very welcome. If you're new to me, most of my readings are designed for the collective, because I tell you, we are one thought having infinite experiences based off of the perspective of what you've attached to. So that reading that I just gave that young goddess there was also a reading for myself and everybody else in here. Is just you have to pick apart what resonated for you. The same situation of justifying things pulling you apart that was for her was the same shit for me. It's just that along that way, depending on how much work or how much lies you're telling yourself, you're going to disconnect from the reading. When you hear something and it hits a stuck point in you because you don't want to move from where you're stuck, then you're going to shut down. If it hits a stuck point in you that is already open, then it does not find resonance because there's nothing there for it to resonate with. That is the problem with knowledge in this realm. A lot of people hear something and it feel good to them until it make them feel bad. Too many people in this realm are trauma responsive. You are operating out of the need to find an end to what's already pulling your mind apart. That's not smart. That's not smart. Been there, done that. And I'm not telling you do like I do. I'm just telling you, let your life tell your tale. If you're operating out of traumas, trying to find a way to find peace so that you can figure out what wholeness is, you've already went on a journey. Sit your punk ass down and be still and figure out what's pulling you apart. Ta-da, game over. Because if shit is pulling me apart more than I'm holding myself together, guess whose fault it is? Raquel, I get it, but again, this kind of goes to what I'm saying, and I'm not trying to be funny to you. Your heart is an attachment vessel. Your heart is hardwired into your emotional center. Your heart If you want to play the horror line game, your chakra field, your heart is an attachment vessel that operates out of the emotional responses of what the mind has already been trapped under. Your heart can get you just as fucked up as quick as your head. If you don't have awareness of your soul, because your soul is still in fragmentation, so there's tricks and traps there too. But if I don't know what my soul is doing, my soul can get me pulled apart, and now my mind and my heart are just trying to figure out of where I done ended up. You should have took a left turn in El Segundo, Lucy. Now you in fucking Albuquerque, trying to figure out what you attached to. Why don't you figure out why you going to El Segundo or Albuquerque, and then there's less work? Your heart can get you messed up because the heart is an attachment vehicle closer to your emotional field, and your mind is already under subjugation because, unfortunately, we don't own our crowns. And I'm not going to go there with you on that one, but we don't own our crowns in this realm because somebody else is already in our head. But you got to get there to understand that. So the best way to do it is figure out, what am I doing altogether? All of these systems are corrupt. All of them are subsets of direction. And remember I told you earlier, everything here just wants you to move so that it can control your fires. Best way to control your fires is to keep you burning yourself. Oops, Phoenix. Sorry. Phoenix cycles. So don't trust none of that shit. Just trust you so you can start to figure out where, holy shit, Kali Ma. Holy shit, Kali Ma. The only thing burning me was the fact that I can't keep still. Keep still, you see more shit. Last thing I'll say, analogy I used to use is if you're going down the interstate at 80 miles per hour, you're going to miss a lot of signs. But if you could slow back down to 65, the speed limit, you get to see everything that's coming ahead, including the exit that you might have missed. It's better to turn around. It's better to not have to turn around to go back to something. Reclamation and soul regression and all that other bullshit. It is better to go slow and see where you're going so that you can make better choices on how to get there than to just keep on going and responding to everything to get thrown in your way. Oops. Wholeness. Y'all have a good day.